I gotta say, I think this might be the best live-action portrayal of Spider-Man we've gotten so far. Welcome to Bite Size Bunny, my name's Tony, and today we are going to be talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. In Spider-Man Brand New Day, Peter Parker is dealing with the aftermath of being forgotten by the entire world after the events of No Way Home. He's entirely alone and he doesn't have anyone in his life, so he's fully leaning into being Spider-Man as a way of coping with it. But when a mysterious new foe shows up and starts wreaking havoc across the city, Peter starts to experience physical changes as his body begins to go through an evolution, and it's making for an obstacle that is getting in the way of him being able to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that New York City needs. This will be a completely spoiler-free review, and I will be doing my best to dance around everything here. When it comes to the story, I was impressed by just how much this feels like a Spider-Man comic come to life. The film dives into Peter's psyche after the events of No Way Home in a way I wasn't actually expecting to get from this movie, and I ended up being pleasantly surprised by. He is struggling to come to terms with being alone and ends up burying himself into work, which starts to take a dangerous toll on him that feels like more of a threat to Spider-Man than most of the villains that pop up in this movie do. And with that being such a heavy focus within this movie, we also get to see Tom Holland really flex his acting chops here. I think this is without a doubt his best performance as the Spider-Man character so far, and it is my favorite on-screen portrayal we've gotten of Spider-Man in that live-action format. They explore this character in a way we haven't really gotten to see in a movie before, and I thought that was really cool, especially since it felt so reminiscent of the Insomniac Spider-Man games at times. I also really loved his chemistry with the other characters throughout this movie. Jon Bernthal as the Punisher was a highlight, and getting to watch him banter back and forth with Tom Holland's Spider-Man made for some of my favorite moments in the entire movie. I also thought they did a great job at fleshing out the MJ character and giving her way more depth this time around. Zendaya is fantastic here, and I really loved what she brought to the character. There are some excellent moments with Peter and MJ that are heartbreaking, and without giving anything away, Sadie Sink is really damn good in this. It took some time before I was won over by her character, and not because of Sadie Sink's performance, but more because of how the character is written in the first half of this movie, but I was completely won over with the second half of this movie as they explore her character's backstory and give Sadie Sink way more to do with this role. She really gets a chance to shine. This is a gorgeous looking film. There were a few sequences where I almost forgot I was watching an MCU movie because of just how stylistic it got with its lighting and visuals. And the action is well choreographed, it's fun, it feels heavily inspired by the Insomniac Spider-Man games, and hey, that's not a bad thing. Really, the only complaint I have with Spider-Man Brand New Day is sometimes it feels like it's struggling to juggle everything it has going on. There are a lot of moving pieces, and because of that, it can feel a little cluttered and messy at times. But overall, this movie gets so much right, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. I do think this is my favorite live-action Spider-Man movie we've gotten so far, and I'm going to be giving Spider-Man Brand New Day an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff. And have you seen Spider-Man Brand New Day yet? If so, what are your thoughts on the movie? I'd love to know.